Yes, indeed. It's time for Win a Home on Afternoon Express, where we follow three talented young designers as they transform three empty properties at the Valdevie estate into dream homes using finishes provided by Caesarstone and Plascon. And at the end of it all, we're giving away one of those completed apartments to you with over 3 million rand. Yesterday, our judges gave their scores on the contestants' first challenge, the guest bedroom. At the end of it all, Rudolph walked away with the highest score. Well, now they need to put all that they have behind them and focus particularly on their new focus, which is the challenge ahead. What will they have to do next? Let's find out.
Hi guys, welcome to your next assignment. This week we're obviously discussing bathrooms. When designing a bathroom, it's very important to have an overall plan of what you want to do. Think about the different trades that are obviously, are put together to build a bathroom. Human scale and ergonomics is definitely one of the things that I think is probably the most key element when designing a bathroom. When you're designing a vanity or you are, designing a shower or a bath, you've got to think about those locations because they've got to be put in quite early on in the process. The second thing I would ask you to focus on would be obviously things like storage. Bathrooms obviously have a lot of products, they have a lot of toweling, and it's important that you consider those things when designing the bathroom. I would definitely think about the materials that you use obviously have to be dexterous and they have to be very tactile materials, purely because it's a space where there's steam, there's water, there's a lot of activity going on in bathrooms all the time, and obviously with cleaning and detergents and things, these products have to be relatively bulletproof. So on that note, do you guys have any questions that you'd like to ask?
So John, how do you introduce the feeling of warmth into a bathroom?
Think of it as a space where, to create that moodiness, we would obviously like to throw in some warm sort of accent lighting and try and find opportunities sort of where we can light things from behind spaces. So for example, behind a mirror or underneath a vanity, just to get that beautiful accent glow. And then secondly, you've got to think about being able to sort of render your face properly in a mirror. So think about that lighting too. It's very, very important that when you do your makeup in the morning that you actually see, as a realistic picture looking back at you.
How do you find a balance between masculinity and femininity in a bathroom?
That's a very good question. Look, I tend to, contemporary design, I think, really kind of tackles that problem to some extent. Men and women have different needs in a bathroom, which also has to be very, very carefully thought through. I would focus on keeping things concealed, focus on the minimalism in the space, the simplicity of the space, and rather let the materials do the talking rather than trying to accentuate one or the other.
Should we then still consider a his and hers vanity?
I definitely feel that a his and hers vanity is definitely the way to go. It is going to be a slight challenge for you, knowing that the bathroom you're designing is quite compact, but I would definitely make an allowance for this because it seems to be the trend these days, and I think for that luxury feel, it's definitely something I would consider.
Win your share of 5 million rand. Get a home loan and get 1 entry. Open a Nedbank account, move your salary, and you'll get another 10 entries. Simply dial *120 *762# to enter. Make things happen. Nedbank.
Sure, so Win a Home is not going to be slowing down anytime soon. The next challenge is ready for our contestants, but it's time for us to take a look at each of our design team's budget projections. What's a projection? Rudolph for Team Real Estate has a projected budget of 55,000 rand, with his biggest projected expense being the fittings of basins, taps and shower heads for 15,000 rand. Joanne for Team Vizi has a projected budget of 60,000 rand. Her biggest projected expense is tiling for 15,000 rand. And finally, Minentle has the biggest projected budget of a whopping 80,000 rand. His biggest projected expense is paint and tiles, which comes to 40,000 rand. He must really have something exciting up his sleeve, and we hope he does, because he's got to really step up his game for Win a Home this year. Now remember that your vote counts, because the design contestant with the most viewer votes at the end of Win a Home will win a 50,000 rand cash prize. You have until Thursday, the 16th of June, and that's only 2 more days to vote for your favorite guest bedroom on privateproperty.co.za. And you also stand a chance of winning paint from Plascon to the value of 5,000 rand. You will also be automatically entered to place into the grand prize draw, where you could win one of the completed apartments valued at more than 3 million rand. Now, Win a Home is brought to you by Private Property in association with Nedbank. We'll be right back.